different day, and there's a small bizjet doing circuits. What day is it today? It's the 7th. Tuesday is 7th. Tuesday is 7th of April at 11:42. And in my attempt to not buy sugary snacks, I've got cheese and garlic tear and share bread. And I got a coffee. What else did I buy? Oh yeah, I bought Licky Licks for my cat, Kitty, and I got coffee. Okay, those cheesy things are really nice, but they make my fingers a bit greasy. I mean, it's a problem with having that sort of food, I guess. I mean, the sugary stuff tends not to be messy. Well, I mean, if I had ice cream, it'd be messy, wouldn't it? I could bring ice creams. We're not having ice creams. Sorry, I'm just messing with the power bank. Yeah, I've got no subjects planned today. I'm just come out to do a talk. Because I've got time to kill today, time to waste. Also, the last few videos I've been talking about, I said anhedonic. I don't think you've got alexithymia. There was another word as well. There's like 4 different words beginning with A to like describe emotional disconnection. And let me have my coffee. I think over the last few weeks, when I haven't done these videos, or I've been doing these videos, you notice my lips have been strange. I think I've actually been unwell and not realised it. And the decrease in my emotions has been a result of me being unwell. Right, is this shake? I believe the Arctic ones are shake, aren't they? Keep refrigerated. Well, I bought it this morning. I don't have my short glasses. Store upright and shake gently before enjoying. Is this the company that was based in Chard I looked up? Devon. Crediton, Devon. Oh, Chard is close enough to Chard. And these, the lid comes off, it's not attached. I don't know which brand of coffee I prefer. They're both nice. Okay. The first brand of coffee to give me sponsorship is the one I prefer. There you go, that's what we have. The first brand of coffee to give me sponsorship is the one I prefer. It's only Tuesday. There's the inquiries I sent last week. One has got back to me already. The university hasn't got back to me. So I still don't know about university. When I have quick chats to my dad, he only mentions, he never mentions education, never mentions what I told him. I think my dad is actively against me going back into education. I'm considering trying to do it anyway and not telling anybody and just doing it anyway. Because if I can find funding to fund myself, you know, living-wise, so I'm covering all my expenses related to me and my parents and my cat over the 4 years, then I think my father's argument can't argue it. But he actively does not want me to go into education. I mean, there's an argument. I mean, I've made this argument over the years. Is there a need for a university education? I think I've also got a document called Cocoa Festo, which is my own like fantasy manifesto. And one of the things I've got in it of different government policies, if I had control of government, it would be to invest in vocational colleges rather than universities. You know, places where you can get a university level of education and higher. However, they're on different subjects. We got these in different countries. The idea is that different colleges will specialise on one subject or one subject area. Now, I'll be applying to Cardiff, which has got a modern languages department, it's got a humanities department where they do things like journalism. They don't do much media there. They've got a massive medical school there. And they do other science. I know they do history, they do archaeology, they're involved in archaeology or something. But I think there's a call there for different colleges to specialise in just one subject. So I suppose Cardiff and Vale College are building a new campus for aviation-related subjects up at the airport. But they've already had one there before anyway. But now they're building a much bigger one. But then that's part of a larger college that covers all sorts of subjects, and they've got campuses all over the Vale and Cardiff and the Vale. If the modern languages department wasn't in Cardiff and they had to go somewhere else to do it, I probably wouldn't do it. I wouldn't move for it. I wouldn't want to change that level of upheaval in my life for 4 years. Even though it might be a good thing if I did that. I wouldn't want that level of upheaval. It's not the upheaval, it's the uncertainty. There's a big aeroplane doing a big... Sorry, I'm just looking at the contrails. There's a massive airplane that looked like 4 engines, and it's just gone over. It was just going over, so I was going to ignore it because it's going to London or somewhere. But it's done turn in the sky. It's turning. Why is that? Sorry, I'm changing the subject all of a sudden because I've seen an aeroplane go over. We get large aircraft come over in the early mornings because all the transatlantic traffic comes over here. There's usually a C5 Galaxy. It does it very early morning flights, and when the sun's low on the horizon, you can see it quite clearly as it comes over. So I'm going to flight radar. It's not even on flight radar. There's nothing. There's a large aircraft that's not on flight radar. Yep, there's a big military aircraft. I say military, it could be military, but it's it's got at least 4 engines. It came along here and it went over there. It's changed direction. It's not on flight radar. I can see. Yep, there's nothing in going in that direction. I know how to use flight radar. I worked in aviation for many years. I know. That's unusual, sorry. Yeah, that's going up there. Why is it going that direction? So it's come straight across the Atlantic and it's going up there. It's too high to be going to Mildenhall or Lakenheath or... Don't know. Anyway. I forgot what I was talking about now. Yeah, the upheaval of moving. It's the uncertainty, I think. It's not necessarily the move in itself. It's the uncertainty about what you've got to do and how much money you're going to have. It's like when I have money, I like to have a little buffer just in case things go wrong. It's the uncertainty. This is what, if I'm going to go back to university, this is what I got to do this time, is make sure I'm certain about everything that needs to be done and whether I'll have money and how it all works. I need to be absolutely certain, because there was no certainty at all when I tried it before. No certainty at all. You didn't know what was going on. So I put that in. I mentioned certainty in the inquiry email as well. I'm hoping to get a reply. Because there was talk about shutting down the modern languages department, which may be a positive. I don't want the department shut down, but it may indicate that they don't get many students, which may suggest my quality of education there will be better, because there'll be smaller classes. Yeah, I'm wondering how my father would react if I did apply without my father knowing. It's interesting. My limerence comes from a family where they're always going to support her. They're always going to support her in education, support her in things she wants to do. And my background, not just my family, but the whole area, the class level I'm from, let's say, the class level, they're not going to support that level of education. They're not going to encourage that level of education. Now, why? Why is that? Why is that? We've touched on it in previous videos before, haven't we? But I think it's because my thoughts right now are it doesn't bring an immediate feedback. You know, you're delayed gratification, delayed return. You know, it's not bringing in money for 4 or 5 years or more, and you've been laden with debt. Because people from my class, there's no guarantee we'll have a future, so it's better for us to concentrate on short-term wins, getting an income, just getting a little bit more income, than long-term. Because we don't even know if there's going to be a long-term. We don't even know if there's going to be time in the future. We're going to lose our house, lose our car, lose our life. And indeed, I've talked about these videos. That's what's happened to me on a regular basis. It takes every 5 years, 6 years or so, you know, something happens, my life gets trashed, just gone. You know, things out of my control. I've worked with too many horrible people over the years, and it's caused me problems. And I don't want to do it again. I don't want to do that again. And, you know, my father's trying to push me into the low minimum wage jobs. Because of our class, he's trying to get me a short-term income. I can understand that now. I can understand. Because we don't know if there's going to be a future from our class. Our sort of level in society, our status. That's the thing with the UK. That's the thing with the UK we don't talk about. There's a massive class difference. I was trying to talk to people before, and I was saying, in the UK you have to stay in your lane. Now, education in the States, from what I've seen, is different. And education in the United States, you are told that you can achieve anything, and you're given encouragement. It doesn't matter the class level. You're told you can achieve anything, and just put a bit of work in it, and you can go places. Well, here, education is sort of designed for you to stay in your lane. Yeah, classism. It's a big thing here. I finished my coffee. It's really nice. It's really nice. This is sweet, so I think I drink it as a latte, rounded and smooth. Of course, going to university means I can't go to Philadelphia. Maybe there's enough money to. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to get the money. I don't know how I'm going to get the money. I don't know how much money or grant I could get just to live. I want to go to Philadelphia. There's 3 places I'd like to visit. 2 of them are within walking distance of the city centre anyway. And if I go into education, and I feel this year is the last opportunity I'll have to go into education. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. I'm just thinking out loud now, aren't I? I'm just thinking out loud. No one's following what I'm talking about. In these videos, I need to come up with an actual subject. And I'm just doing a vlog at the moment. These are just vlogs, video logs, video diaries. Video diaries. I've been calling them. My file names for these videos are car talks, but they're not about cars, and I'm not talking to anyone. So maybe I could call them talk diaries or something. Car diaries. I did ask social media what's it called? AI bots to give me subjects to talk about, but I couldn't be bothered. I got these exercises as well. Like right now I feel lazy because it's a sunny day. I could sit here, I could have some more of my cheesy buns, cheesy rolls, and then sit here and just relax and just look at the view, listen to the birds, watch the ships go by. Yeah, there's a big boat there. There's a big boat there coming up the channel. Don't know what it is. See, now I looked at flight radar. I may as well look at ship AIS, marine AIS. There's a few AIS services, and they're not always easy to use. I used them before on videos. So, like flight radar, you can do the same with ships, and you can see what ships are. Marine traffic, but there's a few different services, and I haven't decided which one's the best. I don't use it enough. But there's a boat there, so I'm going to find out what this is. Come on. Well, this one's loading, but it's got the whole of Europe. Zoom in to where we are. I assume it's that one. Navi Moon. Is that the one? Navi, Navimon. Moon. There's no data coming up. It's just giving me the name. That's all it says. Navi Moon. Right, details. Navi Moon. Oh, that looks like it. Yeah, Navi Moon. North Atlantic is at the North Atlantic Ocean, reported blah, blah, blah. Vessel is en route to Antwerp, Belgium, sailing at a speed of 11.6 knots and is expected to arrive at 12 on April the 9th, so in 2 days' time. Bulk carrier built in 2008. Flag of Marshall Islands. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. It's out there. Okay. Right, Navi Moon. The moon is interesting this week because, that's why I could be talking about this video. The moon. That's what I need to talk about. Yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about. The moon. I watched the SLS takeoff Artemis 2 flight. The takeoff the other day. I watched that. I watched it live. I had two live streams up on my monitors. I had the NASA live feed muted on my main monitor, on the big monitor, and on the second monitor I had EJSA stream, and I had the audio playing for that. So EJ's enthusiasm coming through the speakers. So I was watching him on Twitch, and I was watching the NASA stream on YouTube. So I watched the flight, watched the takeoff. It was brilliant, really brilliant, really brilliant. Though I'm interested in tech, I'm interested in space. I stream Kerbal Space Program myself, and that's what interests me. Then the early hours this morning, about 4 or 5 o'clock this morning, my cat wanted to go out, so I was awake. I came down, and so I walked downstairs. Cat wanted to go out. She wanted to go out, so I opened the door. She trotted outside. And just sat in the garden. So I went out and just stepped outside to look to see where she's gone. Now, because I'm gonna watch my little kitty. And the moon. It was a clear night. See stars. And the moon's there. And then I looked at them and I'm thinking, there's people out there. And suddenly it became, I think that's where it hit me. I mean, I'm impressed with all the tech, and I'm impressed. I like rockets and space flight and aviation, all sorts of stuff like that. And I'm interested in the tech and the mechanics of it. But I realised there's actually people out there. It just sort of hit me this morning, you know. The thing is, though, I don't want to say something controversial. People may not agree, and it's okay to not agree. How am I going to put this? I don't really care about the astronauts. But there's specific reasons why. I don't really want to know their names. I don't care about their backgrounds. I find it fascinating and interesting and exciting that there's people out there going around the moon right now, but I don't really care that much about it. Obviously, I want them to survive. I want them to survive and come back and tell their stories and take pictures. I want that. I want the mission to be successful, but I don't care about them personally, like other people do, or to the same extent that other people do. Like, I don't need to know their names, or their nationalities, or history, or anything. I think the one thing that bothers me about astronauts and people who get to do those sort of things, it's only the people who have got the opportunities in life to do those sort of things. Because there's a lot of people, hundreds, thousands of people who may be hundreds of thousands even, who may be capable of doing that sort of thing, or having the sort of skills to go those sort of places, or get that level of education, or whatever, who really would love to go to the moon, or get the opportunity just to work at NASA, or even visit NASA and visit KSC, who will never get the opportunity because they're not from the right background. And that bothers me. It makes me not want to care about the astronauts. There we go, Navi Moon. That's it, Navi Moon, Navimoon, Navi Moon. Is that a controversial opinion, though? Is that a controversial opinion? Sorry, I was just getting a picture of the boat. Because I think of how many medical discoveries could have been made, or history subjects could be written about, if more people had the opportunity to do those sort of things, or gain that level of expertise or education, just having the opportunities. So a lot of the people who are successful, they're just lucky they've come from a background that gives them the opportunities they can be successful. So a lot of the people who are successful don't necessarily, I was tempted to say, don't necessarily deserve their success. They deserve their success, but it took them a lot less work than people who are from other backgrounds. Admittedly, not everyone, and you're always going to have exceptions to the rule, but I think that's the bias in society. The people who have had the opportunity, the people who get, if you're from a wealthier background, you get more opportunities, you have more opportunities to be, in quotes, successful. So it makes me want to care less, not be totally careless, but to have less care for people who are successful. And this was a big reason why I gave up watching sports. I mean, I was a big Formula 1 fan. I was a big F1 fan. I watched every race live. I used to watch every race live and knew everything, soak up every piece of information. Then I realised one day that only certain people get that opportunities. I mean, you get exceptions to the rule, like Lewis Hamilton going from a reasonably poor background, his father having to take 3 jobs just to fund his son's karting career. That's Anthony Hamilton has a lot of respect for me, but not everyone's like that. Yeah, that's why I stopped watching sports, because not everyone had the same opportunity. Would the world be better if more people had more opportunities? And if I don't go to university this year, am I just throwing away opportunities? is, you can't predict what's going to happen. You can't predict what's going to happen. You know, something could happen. Suddenly, anything can happen instantly, positive or negative. I mean, this is how my life gets destroyed and ruined. Because a big negative thing, which I haven't seen coming, just happens to me. There are people who have big positive things happen to them. And maybe for me, making that inquiry to the university is a big positive thing that could happen. That's me giving myself an opportunity, opening up myself up to opportunities. So maybe I need to do this more often. I mean, when I met Noriko, my personal tutor, first time in 2007, that was me stepping out of my comfort zone, looking for opportunities. And I haven't done enough of that in my life. Even making these videos is me putting myself in a vulnerable position, looking for opportunities. I guess that's a result of my background as well, isn't it? I don't take opportunities because the risk is higher for me, isn't it? I have more to lose. Whereas if you're from a wealthy background, you can take the risks knowing you're not going to lose your life. You're not going to lose, you're not going to lose all your money or your house or your car or whatever. You're not going to lose your life. Whereas if you're from a wealthier background, if you're from a wealthier background, you're not going to lose anything, so you can take more risks. And if you're from a poorer background like me, then you can't take the risks because you've got more to lose. And there's no stable foundation, isn't it? You need a stable foundation of a life. Stable foundation of a life, a stable house. If something bad happens, you're not going to suddenly become homeless or anything. Now, there is that question about relationships as well. There is that question of relationships. I don't know. So I'm thinking about women now. I'm thinking I don't want to be, have a bias. I don't want to suggest a bias, but what my thought just now was, the women choose partners that can give them more life stability. But I can't really offer life stability, can I? I can't really offer life stability. But then there's the other way. I don't know if the other way around is the same, though. But I would love to have a stable life. I could take more risks about finding partners and finding other people to get to know better if I had a stable life, but I don't have a stable life. And if I don't go to university, then there's a chance I'll have an unstable life all the time, forever. And going to university will offer me a lot of opportunities of meeting other people, getting contacts and networking with people who do have these stable lives and have better social status than me. Society status. Anyway, I just had a text message about my mother's home, so I'm going to have to go and see Mommy. Okay, time to go.